Camera right there. You want to turn where they can see. Normally I had a chair going that way.
Just thinking about radio, I wouldn't think that.
From Atlanta to the Cape, man, living that dream in the east and the west, both love what you're saying. And inside my day, she didn't feel like I'm from friends. You say, love what you play. Now with the whole world in the door. Beat drops radio, beat drops radio. We got the rules. We don't come
You are tuned into the Bianca Burwell Show on the TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and the R&B station, the new beat of Atlanta, also 93.1 FM in Toledo, Ohio. Yesterday was a crazy day, I thought, as far as weather, but then I got the craziness as far as my vehicle though.
More problems, huh?
More problems. What's going on, Antonio?
What's happening?
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
My vehicle freaking won't start.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the back of
Dang. Not the hoop, huh?
Hey, man.
That's
We'd
good.
be glad to have something backing up.
You ain't lying.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. But like, yeah, we can't do the show.
I'm like, you better stop playing. You better walk. You ain't cool.
You lost your mind. You up.
I did. I walked from the bus stop.
Yeah. Craziness. So, we got an interesting show today. We have a special in-studio guest, Miss Sheila Spivey, who came in previously that we had the pleasure of meeting, that told us a little bit about her situation. I thought she had a very interesting story, and I wanted to talk about it on today because we've had some other people that deal with, you know, dog attacks and dog biting. It just seemed like nothing happens with the dog on dog, y'all. Have y'all had that situation before?
That's why you shoot the dang dog.
Have you had that situation before?
No, because I shoot the dang dog.
Have I been bitten by a dog?
Chase, bitten?
I've been chased and I've been bitten. Not to the extreme that our distinguished guest has, but at that level we're going to get into. But no, I haven't.
Yeah, we've had serious situations that take place, and it just seems like, you know, you just can't get help. I don't know what the heck.
I was chasing until I shot the dog.
It all depends on the dog, too.
I guess so. I guess it does. Dang. The call number is 404-826-9223 and 404-826-9223. If you want to see everything that's happening as it happens, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on Watch Live. The Q&A box is open. The listen line, for those of you all that might be walking away from your desk in a few minutes and don't want to miss anything, that is 401-347-0418. Keep it right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. Hey, you looking forward?
Oh, yeah.
All right, straight in here we got sports and layman's terms, so keep it right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. And we're going to get to something real quick right here. Go ahead. You know the music, doggone it. We ain't heard it in a while. So, Doug Lehman.
Time to put you in layman's terms with the Beat Drops Radio Sports Update. A lot going on in sports, and a lot not going on in sports. A lot of off-the-field issues, and what's going to happen with the NBA. LeBron James has decided to opt out of his contract with the Miami Heat.
Yes.
That means
Wow.
he will be a free agent. He
Are
opted
you
out.
kidding me?
So did Carmelo Anthony did the day before with New York. So basically, they are free agents.
Yeah.
What that mean? No, it doesn't mean that he's leaving the Heat. It just means he's out of his contract. So
Okay, so he's a free agent, so now the bidding war begins. Is that what I'm
the
understanding?
bidding war begins. Both Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade had the same option to opt out. So basically, if you opt in, you're still on contract. You stay with the team. But now they're trying to lower the money to get more money to buy more players in. That's what the Heat are doing. You know, we're not. This isn't about Heat talk basketball on Beat Drops Radio. We got other teams that are more important out there.
Man, whatever.
But I'm just saying. So LeBron announced today, you know, that he has opted out of his contract. Word on Dwayne Wade, we're still trying to hear on that. He hasn't checked in with me recently, and we're still trying to find out what Chris Bosh is going to do. But Tim Duncan has decided to stay with the Spurs and honor his contract. So he is back for next season.
Do you think it's because he's got a ring?
I think he's still playing well. He's got 4 of them. Why not get 5? Maybe he has 5. I'm not sure. He has a lot, though.
He has a lot of rings, and I'm not mad at him. Do you think LeBron would have stayed had they won? I mean, like, would have opted in?
Probably. So I guess he's testing the waters, and that's what they do. So NBA draft is starting Thursday night, so it'll be movers.
It's Thursday, huh?
Thursday.
Wow.
So we'll see who's going to be the number 1 pick.
As long as it's not overshadowed by nonsense.
Just, I hear you.
You made it funny.
See the draft.
You made it
See the
funny.
draft?
And who number 1 is, and say congratulations.
No more cake.
No more cake. Oh, I know where you're going. Took me a while. Okay, bring it back.
Yeah, you get it now.
I got it. Yeah, no cake eating boyfriend type thing.
Yeah, I just rather not see
Yeah.
Speaking of drafts, the Harlem Globetrotters have like what is called an honorary ceremonial draft of players. And you'll be surprised who was drafted by the Harlem Globetrotters. The same draftee from the Cleveland Browns, Johnny Manziel, former Heisman Trophy, is a Harlem Globetrotter. It's a ceremonial type thing. They look at world-class athletes. So Johnny Manziel has been drafted by 3 teams now. Obviously the Cleveland Browns, where he's going to play football if he ever starts. San Diego Padres drafted him last week in the 28th round of baseball. And today it was announced that Harlem Globetrotters have announced him. And it's an honorary ceremonial Harlem Globetrotter. So he's now a Globetrotter, which makes all the sense because when I think of Harlem, I think of Johnny Manziel. Moving on.
Man, funny.
Yeah, work with me, man. I mean,
Took me a while, but I got it now.
We've got the World Cup in full effect. And did you happen to see United States tie against Portugal Sunday? You and about 20 billion other people?
I saw the recap. I didn't get a chance to see the actual, but I saw the recap.
Well, it was a tie, 2-2. And the United States was winning until the last minute or so. Portugal scored and tied up, and it was Cristiano Ronaldo, the second highest paid athlete in the world. We talked about the list of highest paid athletes.
Yes.
He was playing at 75%, but his 75%, you can tell he's the best player out there on the field. I don't know much about soccer. I'm not even going to claim it. But you could just tell by the way he was moving and doing his thing. And he was just like, okay, time to make a pass and go. And the clock expires. And we're tied.
It's not like have we ever gotten to this point before? I never paid attention to soccer.
Still don't pay attention.
But have we ever gotten this far?
We have one other time. I think it was in the 60s.
Dang,
So,
the 60s for real?
So I really not, don't quote me on all that. But I know we've been there, but we're not known as a soccer power. But we are, from us, the United States, we're getting there. So all you international viewers out there, wake up, because we will take soccer someday if we care to. The question is if we care to.
2060.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not in my lifetime.
One of these millennials.
you know, there are some of the teams have already been knocked out of the World Cup. Superpowers like Spain, who was favored, and the Italians. Italy got defeated today, and they are no longer in the World Cup as they lost 1-0. So what they say in soccer, 1-0, 1-0.
I heard that Mike Tyson was at that game.
So we're going to get to that. That's a good point, Mr. Wolf, and the Wolf will bark. In the game, actually, Uruguay won 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, whatever you want to call it. Shut them out. Shut them down. But Uruguayan, and please don't quote me on the pronunciation of his name, Luis Suarez bit Giorgio Cialini on the shoulder, and that's being investigated right now.
That was Mike Tyson. Had to pick that sport.
Fight somebody.
You get close, you get the confrontation, maybe his mouth kind of opened up and hit him in the
What
shoulder.
makes you, as a grown man, you bite? A grown man.
I saw the video, right? Ain't no way you just happen to just have your mouth. This dude went in like he was like a fat kid on chocolate cake, okay? This dude just...
Yeah, there was a little bit of bumping.
No, his whole neck, his body didn't move. His neck just
like Dracula.
What's wrong with you, John?
He was Dracula. If he could have got the neck, he would have, right?
Right.
His shoulder moving away.
This dude is shark up in there.
Well, basically,
you heard sounds of slime flying everywhere.
The Italians got bit, and they say arrivederci to the World Cup, and they are out. United States plays Germany on Thursday.
So you get bit and you lose?
Yeah, not a good day.
At least they lose the fight.
No. Well, they lost the battle and they lost the game. So, but I guess if you bite, you win. But United States plays Germany Thursday. And United States coach, Jurgen Klinsmann, you know where he's from? Germany. So interesting.
How ironic.
So ironic. Hopefully the United States will put together a victory and defeat the Germans. I think all they have to do is defeat them or tie, which is a big task. Maybe advance further.
Maybe a
Defeat
victory.
or tie. So ties are not necessarily a bad thing.
They got a point system. They're in brackets. I haven't figured it all out, but if you tie, you get points for if you win, and you get points for if you tie. They have like 4 teams in each division.
So it's kind of like NASCAR type of thing, to be honest.
And going into the first round of the World Cup, I'm sorry, go ahead. You're right. He's what Mr. Wolf was saying. He's breaking down NASCAR.
I was trying to explain it to Fee that they go on a point system in order to get to the the Indy 500 or something like that.
Yeah,
to make it to their finals, whatever. So if they win or lose, depending on what position they come in, they have to go on a point system, and that's what position they come in on the I guess the NASCAR final.
Winston Cup point standings or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
What he said.
Moving on.
So moving on, we've got the United States playing against the Germans. Win, advance, tie, advance, lose, maybe go home.
You know, one thing we do know for sure that at the end of the game they're gonna have a barbecue with bratwurst.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Win or lose, but
That's German. Bratwurst. German.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
We all had our slow moments today.
Right, over the head. Over the head.
We're like, what? Oh.
Hell yeah, I'm so hungry now. I got the munchies, guy.
And that's about all I got in sports updates.
Did you see what was going on with that 11-year-old golfer?
I don't know what the final result was, but I know when she went to the press conference, she said she wanted ice cream.
Me too.
You know, we all want ice cream. Do you have some updates on that?
Well, no, I was
reporting live. Bianca Burrell in the field.
Yeah. Well, what I heard today though was there were some of the other professional golfers that kind of had a problem with her being 11 years old and qualifying. They figured,
haters.
Why would her parents let her do that? Because she's 11 years old. Where do you go from there? So then they talked to
go to get ice cream.
Talked to lots of golfers, and one of them, who I can't remember her name right now, she was 13 when she started playing.
Michelle Wade.
Thank you.
She looks every bit of 24 right now. Trust.
And she's looking like, she's like, I don't see a problem with it. I'm very happy for her. But of course, the other golfers are like, look, because she might win, we don't want her here. She didn't say that she might win part, but it was implied. It was implied. Nobody wants to lose to an 11-year-old when you're a professional for years, since before she was born.
She's gonna come up missing. I better watch out.
So that's pretty much it. That's all I got on that.
So we've got Wimbledon started as well.
Yes.
So that's going down. Williams sisters and everybody else
Yeah.
playing. See what happens.
Can't
with
wait to
that.
check out their outfits. Yeah.
So,
That's all you watch for.
so basically what we have right now in sports,
Okay.
none of the big three are playing except if you follow baseball, which I really don't follow the playoffs. That's just my own personal
I
benefit.
can't do
Too
that.
dang long.
I try.
We've got NBA draft. We've got the World Cup, which has gotten the country a little bit. People are interested. In the world, they're interested.
Whatever.
Exactly. But the point is, it
Who's
has to be
football
reported.
star? Who's my football star?
Soon.
Hmm.
We're in football. I don't know. Maybe we have to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. In a drought. Got a sports drought now. What's going on?
We'll see what happens, though. All the NBA moves, and we'll take it from there. I mean, I don't know where LeBron's going to land. I think it's either going to be back to Cleveland, Houston,
What?
I don't see that.
or
I
Miami.
don't. The only way he'll go to Cleveland is if he has help. That's the only reason why he left.
Well, his
They were-
wife posted Akron, here we come, or home sweet Akron or something like
Maybe they were
that.
visiting.
And Akron is in
Right.
Ohio. You know that, right?
Ah,
Really?
you made it funny.
You can't tell me about
You get it? You made it funny.
whatever.
I
They
get
probably were home like
it.
visiting.
She put that out on Twitter. If it's
Yeah,
out on
throw off
Twitter,
people.
it's out there.
It's to
It
throw
means
people
stuff.
off. Just saying, it's to throw people
I
To
know.
off.
leverage the contracts.
Yes.
Isn't that dude that's still dating his mama still in Cleveland?
I'm sorry. What?
The dude that's dating LeBron's mama.
Thank you. Be clear.
Isn't he?
Because that
He's
sounds
still in
like,
Cleveland?
like somebody was dating. Anyway, it didn't sound right.
All
I
right.
don't know. I don't
Well,
keep
if he's
up.
still there.
Well, I'm just happy that his mom has kind of calmed down since she was off the chain. LeBron's mom was off the chain.
I will keep my comments to myself.
She was. That's in the news. Man. The jokers can look that up. Just saying. I'm just
Yeah,
glad
she
she
was
kind of calmed down a whole lot, and we don't see her in the news at all anymore. At first, she was.
Yeah, she was on a pogo stick, just jumping around.
And he goes all the way to the edge.
What?
It's a
I
visual.
kept it clean.
Right, exactly.
I kept it clean.
It's
Yeah,
about
okay.
the visual.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but she was everywhere. So I'm glad she's calmed down quite a bit. We appreciate that. Duh.
I'm ready for the NBA draft. I'm curious who's going to get the number one pick. I think it will be Antonio Wiggins. Probably go to Cleveland Cavaliers unless they try to trade Wiggins for something or something.
It's interesting how with some of these drafts that the players know that they're never going to play for the team that drafted them. They were going to be traded immediately, like Scottie Pippen. He knew that he was not going to be playing for the team he was drafted for. He already knew that, but he had to go through the promotions. I remember him talking about that years ago. And he knew he never put on. I forget even who actually drafted him, but he knew he was.
He wasn't that highly recruited.
But he ended up being one of the
50 greatest
just
guys to
saying.
get a migraine headache and lose the Pistons. That's what he's known for.
Oh man,
Michael Jordan's sidekick, Batman and Robin. Hey, there's Robin.
they knocked it out though.
6 times. Back to back. Chi-town, stand up, Southside White, United Center.
And that's our cue. We'll be back after this. It's
all
all going to
good.
be on the Rogan Show. Well, ain't it fun? Apparently, you're having fun right now. So
Indeed.
keep it like right here.
Come back.
Slouches and lessons, so Georgia open Tuesday through Saturday. They offer so good custom fits.
So clear on some resin.
Attention licensed and professional stylists and barbers and only styles.
I just felt that.
Contact Mr. Mickey at 678-613 personality. Connect well with people and ideas that you
No!
great show. Then contact the Beat Drops Radio email links, website,
You feel that?
So,
You never feel anything.
Yeah, whatever.
You from here. You originally from here. That's this little Augusta.
What, James Brown is, huh?
Yes, I used to work for Mr. Greer. PR. Oh my God. I'm glad you got that out now.
Hey.
All right.
You are tuned into the Bianca Bobo Show on the Beat Drops Radio, your top 40 pop and R&B station, the new beat of Atlanta, also 93.1 FM, in Toledo, Ohio. And I want to give a special shout out over there to Two Rivers, who's over there listening.
Was adding it.
How you doing? Working hard?
How they working? Exception.
Working hard.
Oh. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
So what you do.
Ain't no wrong.
Anyway, we have a special guest here right now, and we wanted to turn our attention to I love special interest stories. I haven't done one in a while, but this one I am especially interested in because it deals with a subject matter that some of us have dealt with in one form or another. I know we did personally, our family member living in the Stone Mountain area. We had a particular neighbor who never seemed to put his dog up. And he would chase the kids that would walk to school, you know, and my son and daughter dealt with that, I think on a couple of occasions, while they were going to elementary school over there. So, you know, when I heard the story, and it touched me, that Miss Sheila Spivey, who's originally from Augusta, Georgia, but living right here in the metro area. How you doing, Miss?
I'm doing good, doing good.
You feeling all right?
Feeling great.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Looking good, too.
Yeah. I'm going to need you to stop that. Every woman that comes in, oh, what? In that lab.
What you want me to do?
What interview?
I'm single. I am interviewing. That's not for this job. How you doing, sweetie?
Really? Serious nature though that we're dealing with. And it's when dogs attack, you know, and
Yeah,
one of the options or the things that you can, what are your options? What are things that you can, so if you don't mind sharing with us your story and what happened to you, because this was not too long ago, correct?
No, this happened on April 11th, 2014. And I was visiting in the Clayton County community. I wasn't from there. I had spent the night at a friend's house. And that morning, we got up and put my dog in the backyard. Not thinking nothing of it. Went back in and got me some coffee, getting ready to leave out. Dog gone. I'm like, well, I'm just down that quick. But I went and asked a few neighbors that they seen a black Cocker Spaniel. And I approached the house that was adjacent to the house that I was visiting. But no one came to the door. So I walked around some more, had some more people, some more neighbors. And the third time I was driving out of the community, I figured my dog was gone. I was crying. I was hysterical. And I pulled up in their driveway. This is the same house that was adjacent. And as I got out of my van, I noticed a mastiff pit was let out of the front door. But the mastiff pit wasn't aggressive. He came out like he was going to the restroom or something. But the owner came out right along behind him. As he got right in my face, he gave him a command, and the dog he attacked. Thank you, Jesus. He gave me my wings right on time. I made one turn, and I was able to jump on top of my van. But
On your van?
On my van.
Oh, that's serious.
Thank God for trying.
You know? I thought a car, but you was like, I was up.
If I would have been on a car, I wouldn't be here right now. I would not have been here because he was on the dash, on the windshield of the van.
Wow.
That's pretty high up.
Yeah, it is.
But the mastiff, when he stood up, I had paw prints all on my arm because the first was he just scratched my body, but when I pushed him back, that gave me a chance to turn and leap. but my left foot was left dangling. And he shredded. Well, I thank God it's healed. It's almost 100%, but it's a bad scar. But my problem was the way the whole situation was handled. I'm on the top of a van screaming. Neighbors was coming to my rescue. As the first neighbor with a bat approached, the dog owner gave the dog another command and he released.
Really?
Yes. He took the dog from around his collar, and he ran to his backyard. At that time, neighbors come throwing towels at me. You know, we don't know who he is. He lives here, but we didn't know his name.
The guy there.
Right.
So was he new to that
he was.
community?
I don't know how long he's been there, but he was a renter. But by the time the ambulance came, animal control did come. The police department came, and it was a white truck that pulled up. And they jumped out and said, "Nobody lives in this house but me." I'm like, well, I just bit my own foot off. But at that point, the police never talked to me again, to this day.
Really?
But they sent one to my house the day before the homeowner was to go to court. When I left the hospital that night, I went straight to Clayton County Police Department. They would not take my report.
What reasons did they give?
To this day, I haven't gotten an answer. Then I went to animal control. They did take the dog that day.
So animal control came out to that place?
They was there the day when I was attacked.
Okay.
But I was told, once I left in the ambulance, this part I was not there. This is what I was told by people who gave a report to the county commissioners of Clayton County. That they had to dispatch 3 more police cars to find that dog owner in his backyard. They put handcuffs on him, and he was able to walk his dog to the animal control van and put it in the van. But since when they dispersed everyone, when my friends said they left the scenery, but they couldn't be seen, but they saw what was going on, and they released the man. And I checked. They took his dog for only 10 days. They didn't even keep his dog. They let him get the dog back. But my dog was thrown back over the fence late on that night at 7:30. He had 2 punctures in his head. All this is, documented in the police report, but there was never nothing. The lawyers are telling me that, a dog has a right to bite once in the state of Georgia. And that's been stuck on my face ever since. I'm like, huh?
He has a right to bite anybody.
They have a right to bite one time before they are put down. I said, well, what about my dog? And Captain Tompkins at the Clayton County Animal Control, well, I didn't know anything about that. I said, but it's in the police report. So it's so many different levels. I just feel like as a citizen, where do I stand with the dog and its owner? I fear for little children going to this man's house for trick or treat.
Or just walking down the street.
Well, he let the dog out. The dog was not aggressive. That's why in between time, I called animal control while they had him in quarantine. I asked them, I said, don't put the dog down. There's nothing wrong with that dog. It was the owner. But he's never been held accountable. They gave him a ticket for no leash. They gave him a ticket for having a vicious animal and something else. And I said, well, what about, my wounds? Of course I could go to small claims court, but if we've had it investigated and he has no money, they have no homeowner's insurance. If you own your home in Georgia, and as a licensed real estate agent, as long as you own your home in Georgia, you're not required by law to have your homeowner's insurance.
It makes sense to have it, though.
Exactly. But now there's no accountability because, of course, the homeowner's going to say he didn't know that the dog was there, and if there's no signed lease stating that the dog was in the property for us to prove that he had a wear on him. I mean, yes, I could go at the cars and houses, but that is not even my problem. Where's the accountability to this person for using a dog as a weapon?
That's exactly what he did. He used the dog as a weapon.
Even go further, somehow or another your dog got over there.
No,
So,
he got my dog from over the fence.
okay, he grabbed him.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I have video of the. I have video of the fence area. You know, that morning, my dog probably, cause he was a new dog in the yard. He didn't know it was gonna be a massive pit. At the yard, in the yard, but he was in the backyard with a pit bull. He didn't bother that pit, but the pit is the one made us aware. When we was like looking for Black, he kept walking to the fence line. And the pit is the one that knocked on the door that night to let him know when they walked the yard at night, my dog was back in the backyard. If my dog had not been taken, that man's dog had not been taken by animal control, he would have killed my dog. He had him in his mouth.
Wow.
But for animal control to not even read a full report and give somebody back a mastiff pit, full grown.
I need to look up a picture.
They're like the size of a Rottweiler.
Okay.
And this one was blue. He was beautiful. You know, I love all dogs. I really do. But, you know, I thank God my dog lived and I'm able to walk because I was down for 6 weeks.
You had to take your dog to the veterinary room?
Well,
or was he? It wasn't that bad to where?
Yeah, I took it to one of my friends that's just as good as a vet.
Okay.
He's a veteran, and he just knows. He took such good care of my dog, and his wounds healed, and he's still staying with someone right now. But it's been interesting just to try to make phone calls over there, and to the point you just like, well, okay, God, what am I supposed to do with this? This is not something that's just normal, or you're supposed to just sit on. You need to let the community understand their rights and be a little bit more careful. Matter of fact, the man who helped my dog, he was walking his dog in Clayton County like a week or two later. Somebody sicked their pit bull on him and he shot it. Because he's armed and killed him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have heard that previously before. Oh my! You guys who aren't able to see that, I'm looking at a picture of type of dog. That dog looked like.
Yes, it's huge. It's like a horse.
It's like that.
He was taller than that. That's more like a pit. The masters stand higher. They're taller.
Wow.
Even so, I still.
I
would shoot the dog.
It wasn't nobody but God. It wasn't. I was looking at my ankle last night. I said if he would have got a little bit to the right, it would have gotten my whatever this part right here is. And if he would have got this way, you know, he would.
Also kind of like this.
Yeah, that's it. He was exactly like that. So he was blue.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I just would want to see no kind of dog behind.
That looked like a Doberman.
Right. And their heads are huge.
This thing looked more
And
like a Doberman.
I think they don't mind.
I'm trying to show it to you. Camera. There you go.
Can y'all see that?
Shot. Yep. That's a shot.
It looked like one of those mini horses. Kind of, for those that couldn't clearly see it, like more so like a Doberman pinscher or a boxer or a swole boxer or a mini horse. Some people keep like horses as pets. They're small horses. They don't reach higher than maybe 4 feet, 5 feet, something like that. Wow.
That's crazy.
My
goodness. We're going to take a break real quick and we'll come back and talk about a couple things that at least I've seen in the state of Georgia, which I just really found interesting. So we'll be back after this. Keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burger Show. Mary J. Blige Suitcase. Keep it locked.
Well, the pieces.
What's up, ATL? It's your boy, TVL, Musical Teddy Bear Marketing. Back to the radio show, Big Ben, Frank, the show. Big Ben. Yeah, this is live. Times radio, that's right. On Thursdays, 7 p.m. And on Saturdays, noon to 1 p.m. Right here. Yep. It's your boy, TVL, Musical Teddy Bear. Hey, what's the playing on your tap?
You are tuned into the TheBeatDropsRadio show on TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and R&B station, and we're sitting here with special in-studio guest, Miss Sheila Spivey, who has blessed us with her presence to bring our attention to something that's very serious in the community. And like I said, I love doing special interest stories, and this one caught my attention because so many people have dealt with a situation, if not the same, but similar, and possibly, different outcomes. And matter of fact, I normally never do this, but I'm gonna take this call without screaming it.
Uh-oh.
I know it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're on the line live. I know, right? What's your name? Question to comment. That's exactly what we're being told right now that has taken place in Clayton County.
In the state of Georgia, they can. That's what the attorney was telling me. I have it in my email. Give me a second to pull it up. But in the state of Georgia, a dog has to be documented that it has bitten one time before the second time it will be put down in quarantine. This dog was allowed to be given back to the owner because it had not been documented to have been, it had bitten sometime. I was like, wow, okay. I think that's a civil rights law, something that probably was written back in the day when they used to put dogs on us.
I'm thinking those.
Exactly. Exactly.
Georgia is still under martial law. They came down slaves to fight in the field of war. Abraham Lincoln declared martial law. They had never been lifted. They had never been lifted. So technically, the state of Georgia can go under martial law at any point. So I'm not surprised that they lost the vote because no one was addressed. But whatever occurred, if you ever had to go under martial law, you don't have to declare it. You already under martial law. In the state of Georgia.
Wow, well, I didn't. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. Wow, Obadiah, you have wow. I didn't know. appreciate you calling and letting us know that. So what do you think that we can do at this point since something like this is taking place? This is a current thing that she's dealing with right now.
I believe this kid everything in place. Just like the police officer went over that, they need to do it right there. Or the law needs to be pulled up, and they get to come to the forefront of shit. Don't like a bitch if you're trying to make that officer
Accountable.
out instead of it was a law. They want you to say that. And you get the people around on food and what they say, everything you make a petition, every law makes a petition, so if you get a petition, get the law, make it abolished. There's enough signatures, that's what we can go back and open churches accountable because there's enough people in these churches who should be able to sign petitions to stop certain things from happening. You gotta take stands because it could be your child, my child, my nephew, anybody. They're saying that a dog is allowed to one fight because it would take, in my opinion, it takes a privileged person to pass a law like that. Even come up with a law like that, a dog has a right to fight one fight in your family. Like, really, people sign these laws, they can bring up in the house. You can look at them and look at the same way you look. You want to buy a house and car, they will look at all the background. People, we get this money from how long your mom been working when she put the car up. So look at the house, look at the people who propose this law. How long has the law been on the books? I think that's ridiculous.
I appreciate you sharing that with us, and I think
Georgia Constitution, a man cannot be jailed for a day. There's Georgia Constitution. Well, the Georgia Constitution states that no man can be in jail for a day. And when the judge said you can't put it in jail for a child support, they lock you up. That is against your law in the state of Georgia because it's states in the Georgia Constitution. You cannot be jailed for a day. And it goes into detail into which they call a debt. It goes into great detail on what they call a debt. You cannot go to jail for a debt. It is the Georgia Constitution. Wow. You jail, you have to sign off. You can't take it from jail. They constitution. But some laws because they confront it. They
What puzzled me was that Henry County had a case where a young lady that was known to have mental issues, she used to walk the street talking to herself every day. She took somebody's dog and she hit the dog against a tree. She killed the dog. They gave that young lady 19 counts of felony and a $25,000 fine.
what?
Because she killed
The
the
dog.
dog.
Was she black?
Yes. But my situation, the man who put the dog on me was African American. He was an African American man that did this to me.
Mr. Obadiah, we appreciate you so much for calling in, and we appreciate you listening.
Most definitely. I always
Thank
like when you call, man. I'm always learning something.
Right. Exactly. It's a human life. You put a pet's life over a human.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for calling in. All right, bye. That's something. He brought up a point. I appreciate him for listening and calling in.
I like when that dude called. You always.
Yeah, both times that he's called, it's been like he's shared.
I was actually just kind of thinking that. I was actually just walking around and actually looking at the map on Google Maps. I was downtown, and I was looking at all the way the streets are, the way they go. Now, most cities that you go to,
Grid.
yeah, they're on a grid system, meaning that everything is in a square block.
Mhm.
So, but out here, I was thinking about slavery times. Okay, maybe they made these roads to twist and turn, so it'd be hard to figure out which way is north, which way is east, which way is west, so the slaves could possibly not go to, not get to the north. And I was also thinking, like, dang, what if they actually just carried it on so they can institute martial law? Now, those that don't know, I've always talked about martial law in the police state, and I talk about Chicago and how things are coming. And I was thinking about that actually about a couple of days ago with how the region is actually set up here in Georgia. And I was just thinking about that, and he really just brought it to the forefront, and especially with your situation that's going on with all the way back with the laws that he was talking about, that's back to slavery days and things like that. They're valuing the dog's life over Black Americans, African Americans. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I don't want to turn this into a race issue because it's a human issue.
It's a human issue.
But I would like to know, if I had been Caucasian, would it have been handled differently? Because I'm going to be honest, being down in Clayton County, and when another Asian officer came up to me, it tickled me. I'm like, really? Then they start, you don't even understand the community down here.
Yeah.
Because he was scared. I could look at him and he was scared. He wanted to write in as much as something to get out of there himself.
Okay, I got it.
They did. I put her in the ambulance. She talked too much. She's screaming and hollering just to get her down. Really? My foot is gashed open. I have 4 punctures in my. I found out I had 2 veins punctured. I had 23 stitches. But I was handled with no. But you want my tax dollars every year.
It was handled like you're intimidated.
Right, like I was taking up their time. And I'm like, well, does human life matter to anyone anymore? We're adults and we be wondering why our children are acting the way they do. It's deeper than what people are really seeing. These adults need to be, think about what you're doing. You're sowing seeds.
We've got a comment from Facebook. Terrence Henson is listening out there. What he says is that I think there are some evil and cruel people. They are some evil and cruel people. A domestic animal can only release what the owners raise in them. It's love and kindness, like washing, cuddling, and playing, or hate and pain. They're chained outside, alone, and sleeping, and beaten. Love is God, and the animals respond to it with peace and love in return. The same place it's not.
It is. I agree. It totally is.
Thanks. Thank you, James. Of course, Frank Barger says that's a serious topic y'all talking about. And it is serious. And what that reminded me of is that there was a situation, I don't know if you guys remember, in DeKalb County. This took place in 2012, where there was a young girl that was attacked in DeKalb County by 2 pit bulls. Do y'all remember that? Well, I know you wouldn't, but Doug, do you remember that? But it was 2 pit bulls. They attacked a little girl and they seriously injured her.
And yeah, they took half her. I think they damaged her face really bad and her
It
legs.
was terrible.
Yeah.
And it happened in Lithonia, matter of fact, March 2010. The victim was 10 years old at the time. Her name was Erin Ingram, and it left. I remember this so vividly because her father, I mean, they were wailing as what happened, and had to have part of her left arm amputated.
Yeah.
Yes. The judge also ordered bond to pay restitution to the girl's family. That was the owner, and they had to go to court and all of that. Now the responding officers, because the act was going on as they pulled up, they ended up shooting one dog because they weren't stopping. It was like they were going to kill this little girl. So they shot and killed one of the dogs, and then the other one later on they put down.
Wow.
Yep. They said the girl's family still owed like $100,000 in medical bills, attorney fees, and all kind of stuff. Now, when I was saying that I could relate in some form, not to that extreme, but my husband had to deal with, and he kept calling animal control because this man kept allowing his dog, and we had the neighborhood before we moved out to Gwinnett County. When we were in DeKalb County, it was a lot of little kids, and the elementary school was only like 5 houses down from from where this man lived, and it seemed like that just was fun to him. Watching his dog torture to chase after kids. So my husband kept calling animal control, and they could never catch him like right when it was happening. He was like, man, we gotta do something about this, because my kids, they walking back and forth from school. We don't want what gotta happen. And I remember him telling my husband that he has to attack somebody first. What do you mean?
And that, going back to the first bite, the one bite rule, law, whatever, most animals, when they are in attack, they're going to go for your neck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
That's their primary function. When they attack, they're going to go for your neck. It's killing blow. That's the animal instinct. If any animals you watch, National Geographic, whatever, animals, they're going to go for your neck for the killing blow because it's their survival, not only to survive, to protect themselves, to defend themselves, but also to eat. So that first bite, if they're going for your neck and they get your jugular and rip that out, I mean, it's over. And if I'm not mistaken, I think pit bulls have a bite PSI of pounds per square inch. I think it's like what, something 23,000, something like that. Like pounds per, not 23,000, 2,000 pounds per square inch, 2,000 pounds per square inch. You know what I mean? As far as their
Force.
the force in their jaws.
Okay, I was like,
I'm trying to think. It was a long time when I remember it.
And also in the state of Georgia, there's no leash law for the state. Each county has their own little leash law. But as far as Georgia, you do not have to have a leash on your dog. And that's the thing with Georgia. Every avenue has their own rules. Where every county has a different rule. In the metro, the counties are so close together. It's this Georgia thing. It's deep. I tell people I'm an original peach, and I've seen a lot of things over my life. Living here in Georgia, but this was like the peak of it to me. That here it is in 2014, and I could be bitten by a vicious animal, and I have no police protection or support system.
That's crazy.
That's scary. That's scary.
We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit about like an overview of Georgia dog bite law and all kind of stuff. So keep it locked right here on the Bianca Monroe Show.
The website, Stone Mountain's premier state-of-the-art technology center, invites you to listen to today's episode. Enjoy refreshments, network, and plug into the World Wide Web in our relaxing atmosphere. Located in Northeast Atlanta, the Web Zone Cyber Cafe offers a convenient and enjoyable location to check your email, surf the internet, print, scan, fax documents, and make copies, all in one location. Visitors can connect to the internet using our high-speed computers and receive online assistance at no additional charge. Our 1,500 square feet cyber cafe is staffed with highly qualified and knowledgeable trainers. Ask about our mobile training for seniors program. We deliver up to 8 internet-ready computers to your community center and train seniors to effectively use the computer and safely surf the internet. Visit us online at www.thewebzoneatl.com or call 770-465-4000 for more information and rates. The Web Zone. Get away and get online.
Really good. Jay, go to switch up for a second. See what just happened? You are tuned into the Bianca Show on the BeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and R&B station, the new beat of Atlanta, 93.1 FM, and we are sitting here with our special in-studio guest, Miss Sheila Spivey, who was attacked by a dog, and really, and the just no help from Clinton County Police. And it seems as though they haven't done much of anything to help with this situation. And since previously, Ms. Sheila, we mentioned about a couple of things, one by law and all that. I had just a small overview. I may not be as in-depth as Brother Obadiah over there. But there are a few things that I did see, and one of them is Georgia's dog bite statute currently favors the dog owners over victims, which is something that you're dealing with right now. To make a dog bite claim, the statute demands that a victim prove the existence of more than one ground for liability. That is in stark contrast with other states which require proof of only a single ground. So additionally, there is a judge-made law that protects negligent, I can get it out, dog owners from having to compensate their victims. Crazy. That sounds about right. Yeah. Now, something else that I saw on here, and if y'all can bear with me for a second, I need to read this one, because it says, however, recent court decisions provide hope that Georgia, as the capital of the New South, will soon align itself with modern dog bite law and modern American beliefs about personal responsibility. Individual and trial court judges have shown a strong willingness to abandon some clearly unfair doctrines that date back to early 1900s. Hopefully, the state legislature will soon take its cue and not revise only the dog bite statute, but also some related laws, some such as the somewhat ineffective dangerous dog law and dog fighting law. Now, something else too that I wanted to bring up that I thought was this is Georgia Code. I don't know what that means, but I know section 51-2-7 provides a person who owns or keeps a vicious or dangerous animal of any kind, and who by careless management or by allowing the animal to go at liberty causes injury to another person who does not provoke the injury by his own act, may be liable in damages to the person so injured. It says under that particular act, 51-2-7, provides two ways an animal owner or handler may be found liable for injuries inflicted by his animal. The scientific ground requires proof of three elements. One, specifically, the victim must prove that the animal was dangerous or vicious, that the defendant had the requisite degree of knowledge, traditionally called scienter, and that the defendant either carelessly managed the animal or allowed it to go at liberty. The second one is the ordinance ground requires proof of two elements. The plaintiff must prove that the animal was not at heel or on a leash as required by a law ordinance, and that the defendant either carelessly managed the animal or allowed it to go at liberty. Just want to share.
Yeah, he was given a citation, but I had it on the leash. Like I said, those two little citations, but the maximum fine he got was $1,500.
$1,500. That's it.
$1,500.
You had medical bills.
I got about about 8,000 now. They still coming in.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We need to put the owner down. That's what we need to do. Take him, put him on the leash, and put him down. Man.
Yeah.
What? Don't look at me like that. That's what we need to do.
I was coming back to my chair.
Oh, you really gave me the look like, what do you think?
Flipped back to the chair.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we don't want to incite violence like that. But it is the point.
Yeah,
So-
in Georgia, we can take a gun anywhere except for the airport and the courthouse. So this permanent drove a sister to go and get that gun.
Now, I will
I've
say
been target guns.
Take me with you, 'cause I know guns.
Yeah, $80 for the permit. I already did my research.
So, I know that I can tell you what to stop that.
Is it $80 for the permit?
That's all.
Y'all hear that? It's $80 for the permit to.
Plus that's like 83.72.
Do y'all? I know this isn't about gun control, carrying guns and all that. But how do y'all feel about that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's a better situation?
No, the guns to be able to carry firearms. Man, yeah, we live in the real world, and unfortunately, at these times now, there are real issues, and sometimes the only way to handle that real issue is that you need to bear arms, because you need to be in the level playing ground. I wasn't at a level playing ground that day. Grown man with dog versus woman, but I'm still standing.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you have.
You already know how I feel about it. I think we not only need to protect ourselves from people, but also from the government, from the animals, and from the police as well.
From the government.
Yeah. The whole point of the right to bear arms, the whole point that was instituted was to protect ourselves from the government.
In what country?
This one.
I don't. No.
Yeah,
I am the government.
The right to bear arms. That's what
That was part of the Constitution, yeah, but they were stemming from like where they came from.
Still.
I'm just saying, it's stemming from where they came
It
from.
still doesn't take away the validity of the right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I think it's jacked up. Let me tell you why. When you have more people that are able to walk around with guns, okay, any little thing, because people, may not be adequately trained. Let's say you have a situation where people are in a classroom setting. Someone comes in with a gun, right? And every student in there has a gun too. Do you know how many casualties would take place with everybody shooting? I'm just saying.
One who didn't have a gun.
Exactly, but I'm
They
just saying.
have a chance.
No, you don't. You don't. So I'm saying that just either way,
It's not good, but
it just isn't.
it is what it
And
is.
there are plenty of countries that their police carry on billy clubs,
Yeah.
and they're as far as the mortality rate is nowhere near what they're doing here. Billy clubs.
Well, I mean, you're in a country where the police kill more people here than they have in Iraq since 9/11. So just saying.
I mean, I'm not going to discount the amount of violence that police officers deal with. They deal with a lot. Their lives are on the line. There's all kinds of craziness and stuff that takes place. It ain't always a situation where the police are wrong.
I can say it is, but it's always a situation where the police are right.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, overall, it's not always a situation. Those people,
It's a few bad.
there are some. Yeah, it's always a few, and that always overshadows the ones that are trying to.
My police have protected me in other situations in my life here in Georgia, but never at this level have I ever been attacked either.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't trust it. I think
It has nothing to do with the uniform.
No, it does. It's the person.
Yes, the person.
It really is the person. Because some folks
You
just.
could be behind the cloth. You could be behind a nurse's scrub. You could be behind the
trust them
chalkboard.
either.
Exactly. That's your issue. You just don't trust.
I don't trust.
Right. Because I tell you what, if somebody is attacking you, and you do want the police to come and get that.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't like you ain't calling.
The police don't need to come and get me over them.
We're going to go back. We'll be back after this. Keep it alive.
We've been here for 2 hours.
Yep.
What y'all know about that song? What y'all remember about that song right there?
You know what I remember about that song?
Oh, Lord.
This is what I remember about that song. Back when my grandmother was alive, love you, Dad. My dad, miss you so much. Back when my grandmother was alive, this used to be a main song. She was like right before we had a cookout, you know, or a party, something like that. She'll be in the kitchen for hours, just fixing this big meal. Big tin pans that used to have big old tin pan of greens and macaroni and cheese and cornbread, just up in there, just dancing while she's stirring up stuff, making cakes with the bowl in her hand, just stirring up. Ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, okay. Stirring up.
Well, let me express this prior to us getting out of here. We got a few minutes left. There is a petition coming on change.org that if you can sign that once we circulate it out there, that'll be helpful. Also, if you have any information that can help Miss Sheila Spivey, you can email her at slspyv@yahoo. That's SLSP as in Paul, YV as in Victor at yahoo.com. We appreciate you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And sharing your story.
Thank you for giving me the platform.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is what we do. You know, I like special interest stories and things of that nature that people may not have had the opportunity to get on that mainstream. But like, nah, we can do this.
So yeah, this definitely
let you know.
This definitely is some light shed on it. You know, I'm pretty sure this happened to so many people that they just swept it under the rug.
Right.
You know,
don't fight that battle by themselves. And
right.
We don't want you to feel that way.
Exactly. So if you feel that way, you have to trust me. You're not alone. You got people out there that's willing to help, that's willing to put your story out, and that's going to bring some light to the situation.
All right. Before we get out of here for today, I got a couple things that I want to share.
Come on with it.
You know, everybody who listens to this show knows that I do the weird news. So here's a couple things. Here's a couple things. This man comes in the court hiding 19 bags of weed in his sock, y'all.
In his sock?
In his sock.
How big were the bags?
Man, I don't know. I got some other thing. He got some more. He had a whole bunch of bags of weed.
What they do with the weed?
You know that. Hey, that's in Connecticut.
Oh.
And he told his probation officer, I ain't foolish enough to bring no drugs in the courthouse. He had 19 bags of pot in his left sock. Usually when you say something like that, when you say that you be testing the jokers. I wouldn't be a fool enough to put drugs in my sock. You just basically telling them. For real?
But everybody in that courthouse had it.
Oh my goodness. He held on $5,000 fine. Stupid. But there's some other folks. I gotta say this real quick because I just feel like I'll be remiss if I don't say this before we roll out with this. Yes.
Okay.
Drugs hidden in the craziest places.
Oh.
Christine Harris, Oklahoma woman, she was sentenced 25 years for smuggling not only meth in her butt, but also a gun in her vagina.
Oh my God.
Well, how big is your...
No, man.
I was about to say, how big? You had a 44?
Alexis Clancy from Florida, she was caught with a hypodermic needle stowed away in her anus. Yeah. Cocaine diapers, right? Priscilla Pena and this other chick, Michelle, was arrested at JFK Airport after arriving from the Dominican Republic in late January. Drug-sniffing dogs allegedly detected something. Authorities said Pena had 7 kilos of cocaine in silver plastic wrapped around her butt like a disposable bag.
Get out of here.
I kid you not.
Well, she should have done. She should have put Vaseline on it. But no, not.
Man, New Jersey cops discovered 100 bags of heroin hidden in this gentleman's behind as well. She was fighting. Yep.
How long have he been in jail for a while?
Apparently so. So 42 packages of marijuana was found stashed inside boxes of carrots on the back of a truck.
42? Trying
to pass through Otay Mesa cargo facility. Yeah, 42 packages of marijuana.
Dang.
Yeah, they was trying to work it out. Like, that's the greenery around the carrots. That's the greenery.
Wow. You said, where was this at again?
In California.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, crack found. Another one, crack found in a man's prosthetic leg. Jose Santiago, he put like 2.5 grams of crack cocaine and 2.8 grams of marijuana inside his prosthetic leg.
Dang.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was getting messed up.
And I gotta say this other one. Cocaine found in the tampon box. Cindy Davidson, the Salt Lake City, found quite a surprise when she opened a box of tampons she purchased in cocaine wrapped in silicone.
How can I be that lucky?
So apparently, you got the wrong box, girl. Yeah, somebody was working it out in whatever plant, and they was like, which one is it, Lord? We
Right.
done lost.
More like, yeah.
Still, where did it go? Oh
We
my
had
God.
lost the cocaine seed, and what happened?
Say it was in Utah. I'm just saying. They close by the border. Close by the border.
Oh man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, and also again, our special guest, Miss Sheila Spivey. We appreciate you coming in and
Thank
sharing
you,
your story.
guys.
We're gonna have to have you back for an update.
Most definitely.
If you haven't done it already, please like us on our Facebook page. All you gotta do is go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, look for the big L,
We ain't talking about the finger.
and that'll take you directly to our Facebook page. Click like and share that with everybody.
Everyone.
Also follow us on Twitter at BeatDropsRadio. My Instagram is Bianca_Burwell. Antonio.
Yo, hit me up on Facebook at Antonio Wolf. And also, you can catch me on IG at Love True Productions.
That's what I'm
your
talking
boy.
That's what I'm talking about. All you indie artists to submit your music for possible rotation, all you got to do is go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, look in the top right in yellow, submit your music. You can do that online. So we see you on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Middle of the week.
Middle hump day.
Yeah, definitely. You stupid, man. Keep it live.
Keep humming.
All right, we'll see you on tomorrow, same time.
Come back.
Yo.
Peace.
You stupid.